acceptable, and we have to stand for our own. No American left behind. That's actually an important job of the U.S. president. We're going to have to be able to free those hostages, and I stand for the values of every American. Now, what I continue to worry about is the vulnerability in our own homeland. I mean, when you think about what happened over there, if we don't use that as a wake-up call to protect ourselves here at home, that will be our own fault, and I want to make sure we don't have hell to pay for it. And that's where things are going to change on my watch. I'm going to make sure we protect this homeland. I do think that the U.S. needs to support Israel. I think Israel needs to defend itself and has the right to defend itself. And I think has an obligation to its own people to defend itself. And I expect that they will. But Israel is on the right side of this. Hamas is on the wrong side of this. This terrorist attack should be treated exactly like what it was. It's a terrorist attack that was inhumane and barbaric. And the United States should vocally stand for Israel's right to defend its own existence and to defend its own homeland, as I think they will. Yes. Yeah. A lot of time on the bus for the kids. You know, I mean, I think in a logistical sense, it definitely is challenging with a 3.5-year-old and a 1-year-old coming across. I mean, we covered this whole state on this trip by car and by bus. And so that has its logistical challenges with nap times and food and everything else. But put aside the short-term logistics of it, I think it makes this campaign more meaningful when we're doing it as a family. Our older son certainly knows that we're doing something important. He could tell you in his words that I'm running for president. That means if we're successful, we're going to live in Washington, D.C. and live in the White House, and that he knows about this thing called free speech. That's a thing that he sometimes talks about often. How much of the policy message he understands, I have my